Coming on late summer in Virginia. Deer season gonna be around here before you know it. And I was checking out the deer hunting regs today because we have a change in Virginia season for general firearms. We're gonna have almost a month this year for general firearm season, most commonly rifle. But one thing that kind of made me back up and think about is in Virginia, the use of a 223 is not allowed for deer hunting. And boggles my mind, but you know, hey, lawmakers make the laws. Every state that surrounds Virginia, Maryland, Tennessee, West Virginia, North Carolina, Kentucky, call me out on this, call me in if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure 223 is permitted. And I think most of them go along the lines of centerfire. You know, if it's centerfire, it's approved. And there may be some little quirks in there, other things, but I'm pretty sure those states allow, I know several of them do. I'm not 100 on Maryland, but I'm pretty sure they're good with it too. Anyway, 223 is not permitted yet. We could, in Virginia, you can use a wrist-mounted slingshot that fires arrows. You can use a 35 caliber air rifle. And if you wanted to go primitive, you use one of those atlatls. The thing with the cup that launches that mini spear. That's permitted in Virginia. You can go out with a youth that's 8 years old. Here's a crossbow. Shoot that arrow at that deer. But a 223 is not permitted. Now, it's not for the fact of, you know, of course, if they legalize it and whoever wants to use it can use it, but my point of really wishing that that we could get a 223 permitted in Virginia is really youth involvement. I've taught hunter safety for almost 20 years. And in those 20 years, I've gone from seeing classes with 30 and 40 kids down to classes of 6 and 7. Even though we do have online now, we have online classes, but there's still a decline in license sale and the number of youth hunters. I personally think that making 223 permitted for deer in Virginia, let's back up a little bit, is 24 caliber or larger. My main argument of allowing 223 is the fact that your most common platform in that gun for deer hunting is bolt action. And for you folks that know the newer bolt actions, most that youth start out with nowadays, that dads and parents, they want to get a youth involved, they go buy them a combo gun or something, a good starter like a Ruger American or a Savage, or even a Tikka. Now, what's in common with all those rifles? They are light. And when you put a 243, even a 243 or 7mm08, 260, and even 270, most don't get into that with 10, but I mean, you know, that's general. That's your most common starters for youth. But there is some recoil. That's snappy. That's a snappy round. And more recoil for a new hunter to get used to control. For number one, you're taking a new shooter out and you're scaring them to death on the bench. It's nowhere near, I don't know what it is, if it's video games or the sign of the times or what it is, but it seems like kids now have more anxiety than we ever did. But making it easier on the youth to get involved, whether it be the cost of them, because cost is going to go behind the amount you can practice with. 223, there are some nice hunting rounds for 223. I'll post a picture. This is one example in this one. I'm not saying any brands because there's several out there. But, you know, plenty enough for deer. I mean, deer in Virginia are no tougher than the deer in West Virginia. They're not born with level 5 Kevlar and tactical helmets. And another thing is the control, you know. Do I think that a youth with a crossbow has more control to kill a deer than with a 223, a nice scope 223 that they've practiced with? Not in my opinion. Bows and crossbows are deadly on game, but anybody who's bow hunted with either one knows it takes some practice. Learning yardage, knowing your yardage, looking for the interference in between with the little twigs and things. But the main point of it is, I think it would be great for youth, to help the youth get them more involved in shooting. A little cheaper on your ammo. I think it would be something to think about, and I hope maybe somewhere out there, some lawmakers and biologists, they decide, you know, hey, let's get together. Let's get together and make this happen. Please like and comment. If you have experience and you're one of the surrounding states around me especially, or even out there wherever sees it, if you've had any success or you've experienced deer hunting with a 223, please post your comment on what you think you found. How does it do for deer? But appreciate you listening to me ramble. Like and subscribe the post, and hit that, light up that all button when you hit subscribe, and anytime I post something, it'll come right to you just like that. But because there's gonna be more of this coming. I've got a special treat planned for this fall involving some nice bucks that have been killed in Virginia, some interviews and stuff. But anyway, getting ready to get out here and check my garden, see how many tomatoes the deers ate, because I've been fighting them things for 2 months. Won't touch nothing else. My cantaloupe and everything else is good, but for some reason they got a taste for my tomatoes this year. We'll catch you later. Bye.